You're here alone. Your mom is not here to cook for you. Your shosho is not here to tell you, Mokeni, chukua hii chakula, because my grandma used to tell me, eat, why are you so thin? And you're sleeping, hugging a pillow, because you don't have anyone to hug. Is that, the way we say, okay, ask advices from old people because they have a lot of wisdom. But then also, even the fools grow old. So you also need to be careful when you're looking for that advice or looking for that wisdom. People say, oh, you can't, there's no trophy for glorifying strength, like when you're just being strong for yourself. I feel like there's actually a trophy, and even if it's not material. In my early 20s have been full of lessons, low moments, high moments, and a lot of questions. Am I actually doing enough? Some moments of doubt, you're asking like, am I in the right path? Like, what the hell am I doing? Hey Baz, how you doing today? It's a sunny day. The sun is out. We are out. This is the scorching sun, yeah, the London sun. It's a good thing in London when there is sun, because these are one of those rare moments. Welcome to today's walk and talk episode. This video is actually very special to me, and I hope to you as well, because you're gonna learn a lot. Because it's the last Wednesday we are doing the walk and talk series as a 24-year-old, and guys, I can't lie, to be honest, it feels overwhelming. Like, how did we even get here? I've lived in the UK for 5 years, so I came here when I was 20 years, just kadogo, naive girl, and oh, I miss me. The early 20s have been full of lessons, low moments, high moments, and a lot of questioning. A lot of asking questions that you are afraid of asking when you're young, right? A lot of asking questions about, have I done enough? Am I actually doing enough? Am I in the right path? Some moments of doubt, you're asking like, am I in the right path? Like, what the hell am I doing? So asking yourself, like, what does it actually mean to have it all together in your 20s? This is because of the pressures we put on ourselves, or even maybe by the society, because you want to be someone, you want to be something, you want to be something to someone, or having to add another year is another pressure, you understand? So the pressure is even getting worse. You're grateful to God for giving me the gift of life. This has been 24 years of living in this earth, in this beautiful, amazing earth. Look at this amazing nature. Nature is beautiful, right? So basically, I've learned to trust the process just like nature does, and I am very close to nature. So today I want to talk about being 24 and all the things about adulthood that these people are not telling us. These people, they don't tell us, they just leave it for us to experiment. But they tell us, the choices you make today will affect your future. But it's just kind of one of those things, you try to tell yourself, like, you want to make the right choices so that you don't mess up your future. So let's talk about life, okay? So number one, I will talk about living in the UK. You're just excited because obviously you're coming from a low income household or country, and then you're in a high income country. There is that excitement. Like, imagine studying and you're working, which will be different from home country. The 2 hours you're working, the 3 hours you're working, if you save that money, it can help you to build something for yourself. So that is an opportunity for me, actually. I found very interesting when I came here in the UK. Another thing, when I came here, because obviously you're living alone. I have other friends, but obviously at the end of the day, you're just in your own room. I felt like you could die in your room and people will never know about you until maybe they are like, oh, this is someone called Valentine, I haven't seen her in a while, and then you call her and you're like, oh, rest in peace, God forbid. But yeah, when I came here, I was during COVID. I felt that because you don't know anyone, so there's no one to hang out with. and it was very depressing, especially, you know, when you're coming from a place where you used to see your friends every day. You used to could talk to your mom, hata kama ni kukerereshana. You will talk to your grandma during holidays, munaenda kulima, yani, you know, it's a different lifestyle. So that is, you know, my experience staying in the UK, because I kind of felt like social life wasn't very, I think especially if you don't know anyone. But I learned how to position myself to get the right people and attract the right people, the right company for myself, because some points, you know, you feel so lonely and you're like, what can I do? But you don't stop from there. You don't stop at that point. So I realized, oh, we have a class of disciplined students, you know, those students who are very serious in life. And then you start DMing them and you tell them, hey, can we have group talks? Can we do this and that? And ended up having, you know, a group of people who share common values, who want to excel, and you find yourself among the top. So that is one thing that I learned, you know, even if it can feel lonely, you don't have to do it all by yourself. You can try and look for your own community, people who share the same values, and you will be good to go. Okay, another thing I realized is also the cultural shocks. Obviously the culture shock is there, and I say that aspect of social life. Oh my god, did I talk about the weather? That's why I was telling you, like, this sun is one of those rare moments and we need to treasure every moment of it. So yeah, the weather was something else. I have trust issues. I don't really trust London weather, but at least I know how to deal with the London weather. I have a very long coat. I say, everybody, if you see that coat, you just know it's Valentine. Yeah, so it's doing well. The weather is good, but I'm not used to it. It's just that I have come to terms with the fact that that is how UK is actually, and there's nothing we can actually do about it. Okay, something else that I learned is resilience. You know, people say, oh, you can't, there's no trophy for glorifying strength, like when you're just being strong for yourself. There's no trophy for trying and everything. I feel like there's actually a trophy, and even if it's not material, even if that trophy is not material, it's something that God will reward you. Okay, so if you learn how to do these things on your own, because I got to a point where now, okay, you realize actually you're here alone. Your mom is not here to cook for you. Your shosho is not here to tell you, Mokeni, chukua hii chakula, because my grandma used to tell me, eat, why are you so thin? So I learned to do these things on my own. I learned to have disappointment, you know, like especially looking for job rejections and having issues with life, obviously. And you're sleeping, hugging a pillow because you don't have anyone to hug. You're literally on your own. You learn, you know, today I'm crying, today I'm doing this, but you will not stop until you get things done. Resilience, you know, during harsh weather, that is you. As an international student, you have to keep checking your documents, whether you have the right things. Every damn time you have to be reminded that you are an international student and that this place is not yours. Anything can happen to you. So, you know, learning to do those things for yourself have taught me a lot, especially, you know, like living alone, doing all these things for myself. It makes me feel like I actually I cultivated this culture at a very young age, and it has really helped me to escape some bad things, you know, I mean, I know how to deal with stress better. I know how to deal with loneliness. Nowadays, I even take myself for dates. By the way, the next video, I booked a reserved place in London, and I would take myself for a date. I learned that you can give yourself these things, that actually it's not that bad. Yeah, you will need your parents, you will need people to lean on, you need someone to hug. But what will happen if they're not there? Are you going to die? No. Are you going to kill yourself? No. Are you going to steal? No. Are you going to try drugs? No, you're not going to do that. I'm going to do better. I am going to be sober and make sure that even when I'm making decisions, I'm 100% sober, under no influence, and I'm not judging anyone, okay? This is just my personal experience. So that taught me a lot. Also, something else you learn through that, living alone and living in the UK in general with no parents, is that your happiness is actually dependent on you. And I actually realized that my happiness is dependent on me finishing tasks, me being productive, me achieving those goals that I've set for myself. Whichever step I have to make, however slow, provided I'm making moves, that is the most important thing. So you actually realize that you don't need people to give you these things. You can give yourself. I'm not saying we don't need people. That's not the point. But I'm just saying, when these things are not there, you learn that actually until you fill your cup, you cannot feed from an empty one. That brings me to another point that let's go this way, but the sun is against the sun, so let's keep going this way so that the sun is on us. Yeah, so you can't pour from an empty cup. So that taught me to work on myself, work on how I relate, work on my friendships with people, work on how to deal with stressful situations, work on how I dress, work on how work on all those things, so that you don't have a lot of problems or blaming people. Oh, these people did not do this, these people could not do this, these people could not do this. Do it for yourself, okay? We wanted to talk about productivity a little bit. Seems like I will do a video showing you about productivity. Let me know if you want that kind of a video. You realize, so for example, if you've been doing things on TikTok, scrolling endlessly, you feel bad about yourself. So you come up with strategies to help you if you don't have an accountability partner. If it's YouTube, put a timer. If you exceed 30 minutes on YouTube every day, 30 minutes on Instagram, freeze the phone. Have systems that work for you. Understand? Have systems that work for you. After time, you realize, oh, actually, I am good at managing time. I am good at, putting my non-negotiable straight and letting people know what I can tolerate and what I can't, right? I am good at negotiating. I'm good at making friends. Doing all these things for yourself kind of gives you confidence and to be able to tackle your life's issues. Anyway, now we are in Brunel. This is the tea. Looks really nice, yeah? Can we sit somewhere? Maybe we can sit somewhere there. What was I even saying? Yeah, I have friends who I go to rant to. Sometimes I rant to them. I tell them, I'm going through this. I don't care if you'll judge me. If you're watching me, you're watching this video and you're my friend, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for your support, for everything you do for me. I don't take it for granted. Yes, so you don't have to do it all alone. There are people who are always willing to help, but also there are people you can't, you also learn that there are people you can't share your stuff with. You realize that it's better sometimes ujieke than sharing with people. So until you get the right tribe, wejisukume. There's so much of growth that happens when you're living in a foreign country. You think very different, okay? You think very differently. I actually appreciate Kenya. I love Kenya more, and I love my culture more, because when you come here, you realize how people treasure their culture. I'm Ambere. I am proud of being Ambere. And sharing your Kenyan authenticity or your culture, you feel good about yourself as a, wanting to belong somewhere. So when you say you're a Kenyan, you're just not a Kenyan by name, but you're a Kenyan. You can speak English, you can pika ugali, you can make githeri, you can make uji, porridge, or chapati. So that was something I learned as well. I needed to take a rest, Bana. Why? It's so quiet and there's no one. Like, can you see anyone here? Since I started this walk, how many people have you seen? We could count them. And it's summer. Maybe people are either working, or somewhere. Like if you go to the parks, like public parks, there are so many people doing picnic and all that. So maybe that's why it's so quiet. But yeah, this tells a lot. My early 20s have taught me to be strong, to be a very strong woman, and I can tell myself that I am actually a very strong woman. There's so many things I would do to just not compromise my values and everything. I believe that my skills can get me somewhere. I don't need to compromise my values to get something, that I can work so hard and be strong for myself and get whatever I want to get. So I can use, I will study so hard and do everything I can. Hata kama if I have to, do a lot of many jobs, work like a dog to get myself that lifestyle I want, I know I can do it. So I have learned to be strong, and I've learned that actually even if the trophy I was telling you about, even if you're not given a physical trophy for being strong, it's something that will really teach you about life, and just to have that peace of mind, because I want to have peace. I want to sleep knowing that mi sijakanyanga mayai ya wenyewe, and I think I've made peace with that. I want to be content and just live my little life. That's what I've learned. The thing I've come to learn is how I used to think that adults had more common sense, right? Our teachers back in those days, school teachers, they used to cane us and they used to beat us because they were like, can you have common sense? You can't be doing like this. They wanted to be the thing out of your, out of you, that stupidity, that thing out of you. Although I don't advocate for caning and all that, but as a young person, there are so many things you're caned for doing. But now when you grow and then you're left to wander in the world, like your mom is not here, the matron is not here to see how you're living life. You are now left to live with other adults, whether living, sharing houses, or you see people using beans the wrong way, doing things, and you're like, why are you not doing, like, you're a big person, why are you not doing this? Like, and I realized, like, common sense is not common to all. It made me realize that, the way we say, okay, ask advices from old people because they have a lot of wisdom, but then also I had to learn that even the fools grow old. Also need to be careful when you're looking for that advice or looking for that wisdom. You see, I feel like life has no manual, but there are some things you need to learn for yourself. Basic things like, how to live with people, how to cook, how to do these things, surviving by yourself and being independent, But I feel like life has no manual. They don't go like this, and you have to learn that discomfort that comes with being a human being. This is actually the big thing I've learned in my early 20s, is that life, and I keep saying this, life is so personal, like very, very personal, and we have very different experiences that have shaped us as human beings, and even these experiences sometimes affect how we think and how we relate with people. So sometimes even when you're meeting people, I am not quick to judge. Sometimes I'm not quick to judge. I'll be like, okay, let's see, maybe it's because of this and that. So I am more lenient to myself, but also to people. I'm not very quick to judge, so that's something I'm learning. So you don't judge so quickly like I used to do when I was very young. You know, someone would tell me that person is no good, and then you end up judging that person. But nowadays I'm like, okay, let's see. And this channel, we started it in 2022 when I was 22 years. Now I'm 24. We are almost 2k subscribers, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you for coming to watch my videos every time, and also commenting, guys. You forget to comment. So for those who comment, I don't take it for granted. I thank you so much. Can't wait to see one day when we have grown to a bigger audience, and I'll be bringing more people here to share about what they have learned in their life. And I'll be so happy to do that, because I love talking, I love networking with people, I like learning, because life is a series of lessons. Someone said the illiterate of the 21st century are not the ones who will not be able to read or write, but those who will not be able to learn, relearn and unlearn. So I hope in our walk and talk series you are learning and unlearning, but let's also share the things, some of the things you've learned in your, like, if you're watching this and you're older than me, how is it been your 20s, your early 20s? What's that one thing you could tell the younger you? And let us know in the comment section. I'll be so excited to read your comments. So thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate you guys. Hope your life is full with a lot of lessons and growth, and a lot of, you know, success and triumph. I want to come back to this video, to my 24 younger one. Now I know you are worried about what will happen, especially, you know, after graduating. Are you getting a job, moving back home, getting married, doing PhD, masters, or even starting my own environmental charity, sustainability organization, be a global transformative leader in our society? You got this, and all the best. And to everyone,